As the summer sizzle fades, it's time to establish a wellness routine that's here to stay. Ritual is shaking up the supplement industry with their focus on traceable science and high-quality ingredients. They've got every base covered, from their clinically backed women's 18-plus multivitamin to their stress relief and sleep melatonin, both using first-of-its-kind BioSeries technology designed to optimize formula delivery. For a limited time, get up to 40% off your first month at ritual.com/podcast.
Our fifth hour of the Mount Wheeler Power Special is going to keep you laughing. Here's an episode of Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. This episode from their ABC show originally aired 76 years ago, December 23rd, 1948, and it features that detective, Sam Shovel.
Hey, Abbott, what time is it?
It's time for the Abbott and Costello Show.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go with the Abbott and Costello Show.
Yes, it's the Abbott and Costello Show, produced and transcribed in Hollywood for your listening and laughing pleasure. Chuckles with a carload and music by Matty Malnick. So hold on to your chairs, folks, for here they are, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
Stop that yelling, Costello. Come over here. I need $10,000 in a hurry. Will you loan it to me? Ha ha! Haven't got that much, huh? Well, how about 8,000? Ha 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 ha! How about 5,000? 1,000? Costello, when are you going to stop that laughing?
When you get down to about $3.25.
I should have known better. If you stopped chasing girls, you'd have money.
I don't chase women, Abbott. I'm repulsive to women.
Repulsive to women? Who told you that?
Women.
What? Haven't you ever had a real girl, Lou?
Oh, yes, I have. Once, Abbott. Her name was Mabel Kumquat. Dear old Mabel Kumquat. Sweet kid.
I'll bet.
Met her in a delicatessen factory in Patterson. I was a salami sniper.
A salami sniper?
Snipper.
All right, so what is it?
Well, a salami snipper? That's an endless chain of salami would go by me. Every 20 inches, I would go snip, snip.
Go on.
One day I looked up and there stood Mabel. I stood there looking at her for 15 minutes.
And what happened?
Abbott, did you ever see a salami 2 miles long?
And that was the start of your romance, eh?
Oh, yes. One night I took her up to Bung Mountain.
Wait a minute. There's no Bung Mountain in Patterson.
Abbott, when I take a girl up a mountain to a mountain, it's Bung. Then we became engaged. I slipped the ring on her finger. I didn't have a ring, so I used a cigar band.
Where did you get the cigar band?
Mabel happened to be smoking a White Owl at the time. I know it was a White Owl. I could smell the feathers.
Costello, you could graduate with honors from an idiot's college.
Thank you, Professor.
Have you finished with your Christmas shopping, Lou?
No. On the way down here, I stopped at Nancy's department store, and boy, was that place crowded.
Lots of people, eh?
But it was so crowded. While I was in there, my belt broke, and it was 20 minutes before my pants fell down. Another thing, I can't stand those women shoppers.
What's wrong with women shoppers?
Well, I was standing by the notion counter. There was one woman there. She was turning everything bottom side up to see where it was made.
She was turning everything bottom side up?
Everything bottom side up. The floor worker saved me just in time.
Never mind that.
Would have got me for $1.94.
Look, no. Skip that. Did you write your letter to Santa Claus yet?
Did I write my letter to Santa Claus?
Yes.
I ain't gonna tell you.
Oh, come on. Did you or did you not write a letter to Santa Claus?
Well, if you must know, I did. And I asked him to bring me a new bicycle.
But Santa Claus brought you a new bicycle, a brand new bicycle, 2 years ago.
Yes, but don't you think I'm old enough now to have a boy's bicycle? Costello, I hate to interrupt your program, but I've got some bad news for you.
Out with it, man. What is it?
Mr. Costello, your Uncle Tom was just run over by a truck on Wilshire Boulevard. My Uncle Tom was run over by a truck on Wilshire Boulevard? Thanks for telling me. Abbott.
What?
You got a pencil?
What do you want with a pencil?
I want to cross Uncle Tom off my Christmas list.
How can you say that, Costello? How can you be so heartless? Isn't there any love in your family around Christmas time?
Oh, sure. Our family all love each other. Last Christmas, my Aunt May gave my Uncle Mike a broken arm for Christmas.
A broken arm?
Yep.
What kind of a Christmas present is that?
Well, after she broke it, she wrapped it up as a gift.
I'll bet your house is a pleasant place around Christmas.
Oh, you should have been there last year. Aunt Alma called Uncle Jim a no good, and Aunt May hit her over the head with a vase. Then my uncle hit my brother Pat over the head with a cane bottom chair, and then Uncle Tom hit my cousin Vincent with the umbrella stand, and my sister Marie fired 3 shots at my sister-in-law.
What happened?
Well, before you knew it, an argument started. Well, I want to tell you something, Abbott. What are you going to get your wife for Christmas?
Well, I gave her some money. She wanted to buy herself a new corset.
Lovely.
Yes, but she can't seem to find one that will fill her budget.
She's so fat, nothing would fit her budget.
Costello, my wife is just pleasantly plump. She's not fat.
That reminds me, Abbott. My sister would like to borrow one of your wife's stockings to hang over the fireplace on Christmas Eve.
What does she want with one of my wife's stockings?
She's expecting a grand piano.
Are you trying to insinuate that my wife Betty is fat?
Well...
Did you ever see her in a bathing suit?
Yes, I have.
Repulsive, isn't it? Wait a minute. Who put that in this script?
I told you, Abbott, you should have bought those writers presents.
Did you buy the presents?
No, but I asked them what they wanted, and they said to me, Lou, you know what we like best. You just go out and get it. Wrap it up and put it on the Christmas tree.
Well, why'd you do it?
Abbott, you can't wrap up a saloon.
Well, if you didn't get the writers anything, you should have at least bought their wives something.
I did, Abbott. I gave each one of them a corsage.
No, not corsage.
Corsage.
That's corsage. Spelled A-G-E is pronounced like odd, as in corsage or garage. Now, where did you get them?
From the man who picks up the garbage. Well, I gotta go now, Abbott. I gotta do some shopping for Louis B. Mayer. He wants me to get a box of cigars. He's gonna give them to Margaret O'Brien for Christmas.
Now, wait a minute. Why would you want to give Margaret O'Brien a box of cigars for Christmas?
He wants to stunt her growth.
All right, Costello, that did it. Now I'm going to tell you what I think of you. You're the lousiest comedian on the radio. You tell the worst jokes on the air, and furthermore...
It's my brother-in-law.
I wouldn't come to see your show again if you gave me $1 million. You stink.
Sounded good, Lou.
This guy means it. Tough guy, huh? You want to step outside and say that?
Certainly I'll step outside and say it. Why?
Well, there's a lot of people out there in front that couldn't get in the studio. Maybe they'd like to hear it, too.
That's what I thought. You're a yellow rat.
A yellow rat, that did it. I'm not taking that sitting down.
Oh, you're not, eh?
No. He got me, Abbott.
Where'd you get you, Costello?
As I said before, I'm not taking this sitting down.
Hello, boys.
Hey, look, Costello, it's our secretary, Viola Vaughn.
Why, Costello, I didn't expect to see you here tonight. I thought you'd be up at the North Pole looking for Santa Claus.
Nah, it's too cold up there. My Uncle Jim moved up there to the North Pole. Last I heard of him, he was keeping company with a girl polar bear, and he was going to get married.
To a girl polar bear? What stopped them?
Her parents objected.
If I remember right, your Uncle Jim took your cousin Vincent to Alaska with him, didn't he?
Yes, and one day Vincent was fishing for whales. He hooked one and started to pull in his line. Then the whale pulled, then Vincent pulled, then the whale pulled.
Where is Vincent now?
I don't know, but every time I get a postcard from him, he sends regards from Jonah.
Viola, you look so pretty. Why don't you and I step out together after the show? I'm in a gay mood tonight. I'm feeling my oats.
Yes, Abbott. Have you been out to lunch with Trigger again?
There's no reason why Viola shouldn't go out with me. I'm a regular ladies' man. Why, women throw themselves at my feet.
I don't blame him. Anything to get away from that face.
Costello, it's my turn to go out with Viola. Why, you've been over to her house 5 nights running.
Oh, no, Mr. Abbott. Only 4 nights running. Last night my father didn't chase him. Ah, look, there's no use in you boys fighting over me. I want to find a big, strong, robust, romantic man.
How about me?
Okay, you can help me look.
Costello, I don't blame Viola for not wanting to go out with you. You're fat, you're ugly, your front tooth is missing.
Oh, no, it's not. I got it right here in my pocket.
Costello, honey, what are you going to get me for Christmas? You know, I need a new car.
A new car?
Well, Costello, as soon as a new car prices come down, well, maybe you can get her a new car.
I don't think so, Abbott. I went to a dealer yesterday, and I said, how long will it be before I can get a new car for $900? He felt my pulse and says, you'll never make it.
Oh, forget about deal. We've got a lot of people on this show, and we've got to get them Christmas presents. Come on. Let's go across the street to the department store. Gee, this store is crowded. Look over there. It's our band leader, Matty Malnick.
Hiya, fellas. I'm looking to buy some records. Costello, do you know where the music department is?
No, I don't.
Well, you take down this aisle to the escalator, then you take the escalator to the next floor, then you go towards the front of the store.
Just a minute, wait a minute. You asked me
I asked you what?
how to get to the music department.
Well, you go down this aisle to the escalator, then you're right here.
Come on, now, get out of here. Matty Malnick.
Now, look, Costello.
Some musician. He just don't give a toot.
Look, Costello. Costello, there's Santa Claus in the toy department.
Hey, come on over there. I want to talk to him.
Are you Santa Claus?
Yes, I'm Santa Claus. Yes, little man. Oh, what's the idea of kicking me in the leg?
That's for last year.
Costello, that's no way to act. Santa Claus is here to find out what you want for Christmas. Now, go ahead and tell him what you want for Christmas.
Gee, Santa Claus, I wish that Christmas morning I could find Rita Hayworth in my stocking.
With those fat legs of yours, you'd have plenty of room for the Andrews sisters.
Say, Santa Claus, that was pretty good.
Oh, it's nothing. I tell those jokes all the time up at the North Pole.
Who's your straight man?
A penguin.
You want to trade?
No, I don't want to trade. I'm too fond of this penguin. I keep him in a bottle of ink.
Oh, a fountain penguin.
Santa Claus. Costello's just a kid at heart. He craves affection. The thing for you to do is mother him.
Oh, well, that's different.
Sure.
Here. Come on, get up on my knee, fat boy. Now, put your head under my beard. Now I've got you.
Santa Claus! Santa Claus, what are you doing? I told you to mother him.
Oh, I thought you said smother him.
Hey, Abbott.
Right.
My brother Pat just told me some wonderful news. Tomorrow he starts playing with the girls in Phil Spitali's orchestra.
What instrument will he play?
No instrument. He's just going to play with the girls.
I thought your brother was a musician.
No, he's a singer. He sings just like Nelson Eddy.
Does he sing shortening bread?
Well, he could, but the places he sings in are so small and narrow, he can't sing shortening bread. He's got to sing right crisp.
Well, never mind that. What are you doing with that newspaper?
I wanted to show it to you, Abbott. My Sam Shovel Detective series is becoming so popular, the newspapers have taken it off the radio page and put it on the front page. Look.
Wait a minute. I don't see it on the front page.
There it is. Under crimes committed in Los Angeles today. And besides that, I'm getting more fan mail than ever. Listen to this one. Dear Lou Costello, if your Sam Shovel Detective series is not the funniest program on the air, then I'm not the next president of the United States.
Who's it from?
Tom Dewey.
Well, never mind that. What is your Sam Shovel Detective mystery for tonight?
It's one of my latest cases, Abbott. I call it the Case of Clarence, the dress designer who gave himself up to the police, or I'm all yours in buttons and bows.
And now to the further adventures of Sam Shovel, Private Detective.
Yes, I'm Sam Shovel. Sam Shovel, Private Detective. I'm sitting here in my little office. It's mighty chilly in here. I think I'll throw another log on the fire. Every time I build a log fire in my office, the landlord complains. Maybe it's because I have no fireplace. I pick up the newspaper. I drop it on my desk. It was the Mirror. I read the one ad.
Woman who washes Mondays and Tuesdays wants place to hang out on Wednesdays. Here's another one. Wanted man to teach nuclear division of atomic astrophysical cyclotronic fissures. No experience necessary. I glance out of my window to see what's playing in the movie across the street.
Chicago. Cleveland. Boston.
Must be that new picture, The Cry of the City. Next door to the movie is a Hollywood nightclub. Those Hollywood nightclubs cut the liquor so much the bartenders have to have a barber's license. In the winter, they have to put alcohol in the whiskey to keep it from freezing. I remember once my pal, Lieutenant Abbott of the Homicide Squad, was so disgusted that he went into that joint to drink himself to death. He didn't get drunk, but there was so much water in the whiskey he nearly drowned. Suddenly the phone rings. Sam Shovel speaking.
Sam Shovel, you're on the spot. Get wise to yourself. You've got to play ball with us.
Who are you?
UCLA football team. We'll play anybody.
One line went south. I look out the window again. Crowds, nothing but crowds. Everybody doing the last-minute Christmas shopping. The crowds give me an idea. I'm going to write to my congressman and have him change Christmas to April. The stores aren't so crowded then. In the crowd, I see my pal, Lieutenant Abbott. Abbott is the cheapest guy in the world, all year round. But when Christmas comes, he'd give you the shirt off his back. I know. Last year for Christmas, he gave me a dirty shirt. Lieutenant Abbott is a great detective. He worked on the Morelli case, and in 2 days he had it sewed up. Then he got the Murray case, and it only took him 3 days to sew that up. Then came the famous Lewis case. He sewed it up in 24 hours. He never carried a gun. Just a sewing machine and 3 extra bobbins.
Hello, Sam Shovel. Sam, tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and I dropped in to find out what you want for Christmas.
Well, I live just a stone's throw from Hetty Lamar's house, and my bedroom window is just a stone's throw from her window.
What do you want for Christmas, Sam?
A stone. Lieutenant, why don't you send me some mistletoe so I can kiss the girls under it?
That's not mistletoe. That's mistletoe. Missile, not muscle.
When I want to kiss a girl, I gotta use muscle.
Sam, I want you to help me on a job. I've been assigned to guard at a department store during the Christmas rush.
I guarded the Broadway Hollywood store last Christmas. I put a man on the 5th Street door, a man on the Broadway door, a man on the 6th Street door.
How did you make out?
They didn't lose a single door. But all the windows were stolen.
Come on, Sam. We're going down to the store right now. Sam is the big store. They sell anything from sailboats to a pound of pecans.
I see. They got everything from sloop to nuts.
Come, gentlemen, you'll have to go to work right away. The shoplifters are stealing everything in aisle 9.
Where is aisle 9?
Well, this is aisle 7, that's aisle 8, and that... How do you like that? They stole aisle 9.
I think I like this job. Say, who is that gorgeous girl behind the crowded counter?
Oh, that's Miss Fairchild. She works in lady slippers.
She's beautiful. What else does she do?
She just works in lady slippers, that's all.
Hey, wait a minute. Look, that kid. He just stole a pair of roller skates. I'll get him.
Don't let go of me! Let me go, you copper! Let me go!
I'll teach you to steal. I'm going to lock you up.
Lieutenant, I'll take charge of this case. You keep your eye on the store. Come with me, son.
Please don't take me to jail! Please don't take me to jail!
I didn't have the heart to take that kid to jail. He didn't look like a bad kid. He was poorly dressed. His face was dirty, but I could still see some of his freckles. His name was Johnny. I took him to my little office and sat him down in a chair. I could see he was scared, plenty scared.
Gee, Mr. Shovel, I don't want to go to jail.
And I don't want you to go to jail, son. That's why I brought you here. Those were plenty expensive roller skates you took off the counter in that store, Johnny.
Oh, gee, they were only $1.98.
I'm not talking about the cost in money, Johnny. It's the cost in shame and disgrace. Not only to you, but to your mom and your dad.
Gee, I never thought about that. Mom and Dad.
That's the trouble with doing the wrong thing, Johnny. Most time it hurts others more than the guy that does it.
Gee, you're a funny guy. You're supposed to be a detective, a cop. And me and the kids in my neighborhood, we ain't got no use for coppers. But gee, I kind of like you. You don't talk like no cop. You're more like a friend.
Johnny, cops aren't bad guys. Every cop on the force wants to be the friends with every kid on his beat. When a kid is in trouble, if he'd run to a cop instead of away from him, he'd find out that cops are pretty regular fellas. You see, Johnny, you're a kid and I'm a cop. But lucky for us, we're both living in a wonderful country. A country that's interested in the welfare of its children. Our police know that no kid wants to be bad. It's just bad environment. Neglect on the part of parents. Lack of love and understanding. That makes a kid go wrong.
Yeah? And are you sure that all cops is my friends?
All cops, Johnny.
Aha! There you are.
Even him?
Even him.
I don't know what this is all about, Sam. I gotta get this kid to the lockup. This is Christmas Eve, and I gotta...
You gotta get a little of the Christmas spirit, Lieutenant. I think Johnny's very sorry for what he did. He'll never do it again.
Well, he tried to get away from me. He ran from the law. That's a sign of guilt.
Honest, I won't never do it again. I promise I won't.
Besides, Lieutenant, I think I've made Johnny understand that cops are his friends.
Yeah? Johnny, if you know that cops are a kid's best friends, you've really learned something.
Yeah, well, there's only one thing that puzzles me.
What is it, Johnny?
Well, Lieutenant Abbott's a cop, ain't he?
Yes?
Well, how could a guy with a face like that be any kind of a cop?
Oh, Johnny. Johnny, it's Christmas Eve. Listen.
Well, it's Christmas Eve again. I promised my wife I'd be in church, saying my prayers, singing hymns. And here I am in this broken down...
You don't have to be in church for that, Lieutenant. How about it, Johnny? Know the words to that song?
Yeah, I think so.
Johnny, let's try it, huh? What do you say?
Costello, before signing off, let's wish all our listeners a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Good night, folks.
Good night, everybody, and Merry Christmas to everybody in Canada, New Jersey, and all over the world.
From 76 years ago, December 23rd, 1948, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello here on KELY for Mount Wheeler Power. Hello, Kelly.
Hi, this is Kelly Jackson, your Member Services Specialist at Mount Wheeler Power. I'm momentarily stepping away from the heartwarming nostalgia of these timeless radio shows. As we move deeper into the holiday season, a period of reflection naturally finds its way to us, inviting us to appreciate the past year's events and recognize the blessings that enrich our lives. At Mount Wheeler Power, the impact on our members is the compass guiding our business decisions. Our members, who range from large industrial entities and small business owners to farmers and solitary residents at the end of the longest line, form the robust fabric of our organization. They are the reason we exist, the heart of our cooperative. When our members thrive, so does the cooperative. To ensure that our members and their families enjoy the best experiences and opportunities, we've designed numerous member-centric programs. Our high school scholarship program and youth leadership camp, for instance, are aimed at nurturing our youth, our future leaders, into active, educated, and integrity-filled individuals who will continue to enrich our communities. We encourage you to explore the variety of programs we offer, designed to enhance your homes, lives, and communities. As we return to our favorite radio shows, I want to express my heartfelt holiday wishes to you. Your trust in us and the opportunity to serve you is a gift for which we are truly grateful. So let's dive back into the golden era of radio, brought to you by Mount Wheeler Power.
After a brief look at CBS News at the bottom of the hour, we'll head out west for an episode of Hopalong Cassidy as the Christmas program continues here on KELY, brought to you by Mount Wheeler Power.
Greetings, this is Bill Ritchie, Operations Manager at Mount Wheeler Power. As the holiday season unfolds, I ask that you take a moment to acknowledge the hard-working linemen of Mount Wheeler Power and your blessings. When an outage throws a wrench into your plans, our dedicated team of linemen are there to respond. They work tirelessly, day and night, in the most challenging weather conditions to restore your service swiftly and safely. These remarkable individuals are your neighbors, friends, and perhaps even family members who brave extreme conditions to ensure reliable comfort and convenience for you. Our team of linemen embodies a collective 264 years of expertise and experience, which they put to use every single day, standing by 24/7, 365 days a year to serve our communities. Being an electrical lineman requires a unique set of trades, and we are proud to say that we have managed to gather the best of the best over the years. Their dedication to the cooperative principles that we uphold at Mount Wheeler Power is commendable. So as we sit in the comfort of our warm homes, enjoying such luxuries as these timeless radio shows brought to you by Mount Wheeler Power, let's spare a thought for these unsung heroes.
Thank you, Bill. As promised, Bill Boyd as Hopalong Cassidy from December 7th, 1950, 74 years ago, the Santa Claus Rustlers.
With action and suspense out of the Old West comes the most famous hero of them all, Hopalong Cassidy, starring William Boyd. The ring of the silver spurs heralds the most amazing man ever to ride the prairies of the early West, Hopalong Cassidy, the same Hoppy you cheer in motion pictures, and the same California you've laughed at a million times. Raw courage and quick shooting have built a legend around this famous hero. Hopalong is a name to be feared, respected, and admired, for this great cowboy rides the trails of adventure and excitement. William Boyd as Hopalong Cassidy, and Andy Clyde as California. Well, Hoppy, what about our story?
Well, this is kind of a special story that I call the Santa Claus Rustlers. It began shortly before Christmas as California and I were heading back to the Bar 20 after a trail drive to southern Arizona. We were hoping to be home for the holidays, but one morning near Phoenix, my horse Topper threw a shoe. And this is what it led to.
Well, of all the darned luck, this takes the cake.
No use grumbling about it, California. Just hand me one of those spare shoes and some nails.
That's what I mean. We ain't got no spare shoes.
What? But I told you
ain't got no nails neither.
California, what was the last thing I told you to do before we left Disney?
Get some shoes and nails and to shut up about the heat.
Well?
Now, Hoppy, remember the Christmas spirit. Besides, I didn't have no room in my saddlebags for hot shoes.
No room? Of course you got room. Now I'll have to walk Topper clear to Phoenix to get a new shoe.
Well, if it weren't for my rheumatism and my bad feet, I'd let you ride my horse, Hoppy. I'm sorry you know that.
Sure.
Well, look, here comes a kid. Maybe there's a ranch near here where you can get a shoe.
Well, for your sake, I hope so. Hi, son.
Howdy yourself. Put that in your horse. I'm running away. My name's Billy Stillwell. What's yours? Gee, ain't it hot? Want a piece of fudge? I got some here in my pocket.
Hey, take a breath.
Regular little magpie, ain't he?
I'm Hopalong Cassidy, Billy. This is my partner, California Carlson.
You running away, too?
No. Where are you headed?
I don't know. Maybe China. Maybe Phoenix. Any place where I can make some money quick. You know of anyone needing a top hand?
Top hand? Hoppy, this sprout's got man-sized ideas.
I ain't as young as I look. Pop said my legs are beginning to bow already. I can learn anything that's got 4 legs. And I'll bet I can rope better than you.
Slow down, Billy. Now, let's talk about this for a minute. It's a little far to China, especially without money or food.
I got a pocket full of fudge. Want a piece?
No, thanks.
Well, now, I might just say, no thanks.
Billy, you wouldn't be running away because you disagreed with your folks about something, would you?
Oh, no. I got the best pop and mom in the whole wide world, even China. That's why I'm running away. I gotta get some money before Christmas so I can buy them some presents and a tree.
A tree? You mean a Christmas tree?
Uh-huh. They're awful sentimental, my folks. Every year they have a pine tree and presents. You know how mushy growed folks are about things like that.
Yeah, we know, Billy.
Pop ain't had no hard money for months tonight. Hey, there comes Johnny No Name. Pop just hired him last week. Wonder what he's doing coming from that way. Hiya, Johnny.
Hi, you there. What's your business here?
Our own, you snippy young, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've got a bum leg, Pops. But save your pity and answer my question. My gun's in good shape.
It's a public road, son. We're heading home. Why?
Where's that?
The Bar 20.
Your names?
I'm Hopalong Cassidy.
I'm California Carlson. What's yours?
Johnny No Name, as a kid probably told you. Wouldn't wear out your brains getting curious about that, though. Curiosity makes my trigger finger itch. Now, let's have a look in those saddlebags of yours.
What's that? You ain't opening my saddlebag.
Why not, California? You've nothing to hide.
Maybe I'm just stubborn, but my saddlebags is private.
All right. I'm taking you both to the ranch. You'll open those bags there, or you won't be stubborn. You'll be dead.
Hold it. You're acting like you think we're outlaws.
There were 10 cows rustled from the east pasture of our ranch by someone. And for my money, you two are tagged as it.
Now, back to Hopalong Cassidy and our story, the Santa Claus Rustlers. On their way home, Hoppy and California are stopped near Phoenix, Arizona, first by a young boy, Billy Stillwell, who's running away. Then a bitter young rider who calls himself Johnny No Name and accuses Hoppy and California of being rustlers. At gunpoint, he takes them to the Stillwell Ranch, along with young Billy.
Darn you, Johnny. You didn't have to make me come home, too.
Shut up. Go inside and call your folks.
Billy. Oh, Billy. Billy, you scared me to death.
Oh, now, Ma, don't take on so.
Oh,
I ain't hurted none. I just wanted to make some money so you could have a tree for Christmas.
All right, kid, all right. Get your pop.
Well, what is it, Johnny? Who are these men?
Call themselves Cassidy and Carlson, but I'm tabbing them as a pair of rustlers. We lost 10 cows this morning.
No. Oh, no. Billy, do like Johnny said.
Sure, Ma.
Mrs. Stillwell, I can prove who and what we are.
Time for that when my husband Amos gets here. You may as well get down, Johnny.
Can I give you a hand, feller?
I don't need help to get off my horse. Get away from me, I'll blow your head off.
I got your gun, Johnny. Now, you young polecat,
California, give it back to him.
What? But, Hoppy, you heard him. He'll blow my head off.
Give it back.
Sure. But it's going to make me feel like an idiot if he shoots me with it. Here, you drop this.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome, I'm sure. More so if you'll point it in some other direction than my wishbone. I'm the nervous kind.
If Mr. Stillwell gives me the word, I'll see you have reason to be.
Here's your papers, Mr. Cassidy. Looks like Johnny got ahead of himself.
No harm done, Mr. Stillwell. And thanks for letting California shoe my horse while we've talked.
I think an apology would be in order from you, Johnny.
I don't make apologies to anyone.
Well, then I'll apologize for him. He's got a bad streak. Guess he feels the world's against him on account of that bum leg. He tries to hate everybody.
That's a lot of hate. A man can get sick doing that.
Yeah. Well, I suppose I can't complain, though. Johnny's the only rider I've found who'll work for delayed wages.
Well, maybe he has a reason. This rustling hit you hard?
Yeah, hard enough. Not only me, but my partners.
Partners?
Yeah, I guess I'd better explain. It's an unusual setup. When I bought this ranch a few years ago, I only had enough left over to buy 50 head of stock. So Ma and Betty, my daughter, they agreed to sacrifice something to help me get a herd.
You got a fine family.
Yeah, I sure have. Ma sold her heirlooms, and Betty gave up going east to school. You see, I'd set aside a little money regular for her to do that. But when the pinch came, Betty tossed it into the pot without even asking me.
I see.
And we like to consider the herd as belonging to each of us in equal shares. Makes Ma and Betty feel like they have a part in things. And make Billy might become a partner when he grows up. Well, if there's anything left.
I'd like to get my hands on the rustlers who'd steal from a family like yours just before Christmas.
Yeah, I guess our holidays ain't going to be too bright. No trees, no presents. Nothing but a little good wishing.
Market's too low to sell now.
Sure, that's it. Cows are bringing a bare $10 a head. If we can just hold out till spring, well, we can get double that. If it were just me, I'd sell a few, but I got to think of the others. No, I reckon this Christmas will just be a poor one.
Hoppy, darn it all, if we keep fooling around trying to track down these rustlers, we're going to miss Christmas at home.
You can go ahead if you want to, California. Me, I've got a mad on.
Yeah, I know. Stealing from nice folks like them Stillwells, it's downright wrong. What polecat would be mean enough Hoppy, I know a polecat would be...
So do I. Let's not go jumping at any conclusions yet. Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Look, the tracks of the rustled cattle lead right into those other tracks. We've lost them.
Hello there. What do you think you're doing?
What? Oh, well, I guess you must be Betty Stillwell.
So you're a good guesser. Answer me.
Well, give us a chance. We're trailing some cattle that were rustled from you.
Anybody ask you to?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes. Your father. My name's Cassidy. This is California Carlson.
Oh. So you must think I'm pretty awful jumping on you like that. Reckon I'm edgy.
You knew about the cattle?
Oh, Johnny rode over to tell me about them this morning. I was banding some calves on the North Range.
You was, what? But you're a girl.
Oh, I'll bet you I can beat you at calf roping, grizzle puss.
Grizzle push? Grizzle push? Why, darn it all, I shaved only last week. And there ain't no gal who can beat me calf roping. The day a gal does that, I'll shave clear down to the skin. No. Hoppy, do I have to?
That was the bargain, Grizzle Puss, and she beat you by 10 seconds.
I know, but Hoppy, how did I know she was a rodeo champion?
Shave.
Yeah, but I'll feel naked.
Do I tell them back at the bar 20 that a girl beat you at, see you at dinner.
Ouch. Ooh. Ain't no reason for a man to have to do this nohow. It's plumb brutal. Doggone me, if I cut myself once more, my face is going to fall apart.
Why don't you try soldering them whiskers with Applejack? Heard about your match with Betty. You catch them rustlers? She beat you by 10 seconds, huh? Look out, you're cutting yourself.
Ouch. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, Betty beat me by 10 seconds. No, we didn't catch no rustlers. And why don't you go kiss a rattlesnake?
Say, you're a gabby one, ain't you? Pass the soap. Ma, I'm sorry about making you worry today. That's the fitters. I just wanted to get some presents in a tree. How about you, Johnny? You getting presents?
Presents. That's all any of you think about. Look, do me a big favor. Skip me on this malarkey. I'm past believing in Santa Claus.
Well, gee, if we had a tree and presents and a party like we usually do, you'd see Johnny. It ain't only Santa Claus. Besides, I'm going to give you a present.
You what? What for?
'Cause I like you, I guess. Don't you like me?
Why? All this drivel makes me sick.
Well, gee.
Mrs. Stillwell, maybe there's something we can do. After all, a tree isn't much.
Oh, Jake Hammer freights them in from the mountains at $10 apiece. We don't have 10 cents, and we don't hold with borrowing or charity. Thanks, just the same, Mr. Cassidy.
I wish we had the cows back that were rustled. They'd pay for a tree and plenty of presents.
Mr. Stillwell, about that rustling, do you suspect any of your neighbors?
Well, no. They're nice folks, most of them.
But not all. I have an idea whoever's behind this rustling will strike again if we don't stop him.
Yeah, that makes it tough. We've only got a small herd, but it's scattered all over a lot of range. As you could tell, it takes plenty of this scrubby land to feed one cow. And with only Ma and me and Betty and Johnny, well, we just can't protect them.
You mean Mrs. Stillwell rides herd?
Sure I do. In betwixt getting food ready, that is. We make out all right. At least we did until them cow thieves began.
And that's why we appreciate your help, Mr. Cassidy. But, of course, you have your own business to attend to, so I guess you'll be...
We'll stick for a while and forget the wages. If we can make your holidays better by recovering your cattle, that'll be pay enough.
You have more to recover than you think.
Hey, Betty girl, where have you been? Supper's nearly cold.
I took a turn through Gopher Basin, Pa. That bunch of cows there was left alone too long. The rustlers have hit us again.
Now, back to Hopalong Cassidy and our story, the Santa Claus Rustlers. Trying to track down the rustlers preying on the Stillwell family, Hoppy and California lost the trail of the rustled herd. But that same evening, Betty Stillwell came in with the news that the rustlers had struck again. The family, despondent at the prospect of a Christmas without a tree or presents, react in grim determination.
Billy, put down that rifle.
Oh, but, Pop, I'm a-going with you.
You're going to stay here and take care of the ranch.
Yes, Ma.
Oh, you and Betty ought to stay here, too. Now, there's likely to be a passel of shooting if we catch up with them rustlers.
I stood beside you to fight Injuns, Amos Stillwell, and I reckon the same applies to low-down cow thieves.
Where's Johnny No Name? He claimed to be good with a gun.
I saw him taking off for town. He said he was going to pickle Santa Claus.
If that ain't like the darn varmint. Got plenty of meanness, except when we need a little.
Never mind, California. Let's go, Mr. Stillwell.
Yeah.
Hoppy, this trailing by moonlight just don't get it. We've lost the tracks 8 times already. Oh, let's go back.
I know. I'm worried about having the women folk with us, too. When we hit those rocks ahead of us, we're not only going to lose the trail for good, but we're going to be in danger of an ambush.
Cassidy, you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm afraid so.
What are you afraid of? Oh!
Sam, take cover. Behind those rocks.
Get down. Hey. Oh, you and Betty sneak back as soon as that cloud crosses the moon. Now, this time I'm ordering. Ma, please go back. For me, honey.
Betty, you got any spare shells? Sure, Ma, here. I wish Johnny was here. He'd save us.
I ain't so sure that he ain't here.
Stillwell, you notice where those shots went?
And I was too busy ducking. Why?
Either that rifleman is the world's worst shot, or we're only being warned not to go on. He missed us by 50 yards.
Yeah, well, he'll wish he'd hit us before I get through with him. Well, if Ma wasn't with us, we could... I reckon they've got us outnumbered, eh, Cassidy? We'd best go back.
Go back? Why, Hoppy, we can... hey, you poked me.
Yeah, you're right. We have to go back.
You and Betty go on inside. Cassidy, you're not dismounting, are you? What are you planning?
That rifleman is long gone by now. We're just taking a little jaunt into town.
Oh, I think I savvy what's biting you. Only I hope you're wrong somehow.
Perhaps I am. The only way is to find out for sure. Adios.
Hoppy, now will you kindly tell me what for we let that low-down ambusher get away without a fight?
Didn't you see the look in Mrs. Stillwell's eyes? If we hadn't gotten her away fast, she'd have charged that rifleman single-handed.
Doggone me, I bet you're right. Say, I'll bet she made some Injun fighter.
I have a feeling we'll find our bushwhacker in town anyway. We'll make a stop at the livery stable first. Then Johnny No Name is going to do a little talking.
Hoppy, now we know that Johnny No Name was riding hard and late, and his gun's been shot recently.
It looks plenty bad for him, but we'll see. Here's the hotel. Man at the livery stable said he was in room 2.
Shouldn't we get the sheriff, Hoppy?
Not yet. I want some answers first. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, what? Cassidy. Now, leave me alone.
Back up, Johnny. It's time to break down and tell me all your little secrets.
You can't threaten me.
Want to bet? Well, we've been doing some shopping, huh?
Hoppy, he's bought new boots. And look it, a rifle and a gold watch. He sure didn't wait long to spend the money.
Let me see those boots.
Get away from them. They're mine. I paid for them.
Nice leather. You've been spending a lot of money for a rider who's working for delayed wages.
What business is it of yours what I spend?
None. But those slugs you threw around this evening are.
You can't prove a thing.
Can't I? I think this little visit has told me nearly all I want to know. Come on, California. See you back at the ranch, Johnny.
You keep quiet about this, Cassidy, or...
What's the matter, California?
Hoppy, sometimes you make me so mad I could bite through a cinch ring. We go in there to brace that ornery coyote for being a low-down bushwhacker.
Oh, and he's the one who took those shots at us, all right.
Then you say as nice as you please, see you back at the... He is. Oh, now, Hoppy, will you make up your mind? I'm gonna go back there.
Oh, no, you won't, California. I think I know what's going on and who's behind it. But I don't have any real proof. So we're gonna wait and let it come to us.
But Johnny knows we're onto him now. I suppose you think there's gonna be another rustling.
Exactly.
another rustling, and so what do? We sit here stringing popcorn.
And eating it. Besides, we tracked the rustler, didn't we?
That's what's driving me loco. Sure, we tracked him right back to the ranch here. And as if he was smart about it. In fact, he's about the stupidest rustler I ever saw.
Maybe. Finish that string.
What are we waiting for? We can hang Johnny today.
I guess maybe we could at that.
Well, then what in thunderation are we doing here?
Stringing popcorn. Ready to start another string?
I'm darn near ready to start another Civil War.
Stick to the popcorn. These strings have to be ready in time for the party tonight.
Yeah. And speaking about the party, that mesquite bush Mrs. Stillwell fixed up sure don't look like no Christmas tree. Couldn't we sneak off and get a pine tree from Jake Hammer?
I talked to him yesterday while we were in town buying our gifts. He doesn't have any good ones left.
Gosh, no presents except ours. No Christmas tree. Nothing but rustling and more rustling. Well, I know one way I can brighten up the Stillwells' Christmas party. I'll sing for 'em.
You what?
Sing for 'em. You know, Christmas songs and all kinds of...
California, you ruin their party with that noise you call singing, and I'll see that you wash every dish afterwards by yourself. Now, what do you think of that?
Pass the popcorn.
Amos, it's dark. Instead of just sitting on the porch, don't you think you ought to take a walk before the party?
Just the thing, Ma.
I guess I better go tell Johnny to hurry up.
Yeah. Maybe I'd better take a check on the horses.
Have some more popcorn, Mr. Carlson?
Well, yeah, thanks. Don't mind if I do.
California, you're going to turn into a popcorn bull if you don't stop.
Now it's Christmas time. Let him eat all he wants. Well, I think I'll go look in on the hens.
Yeah, well, California and I are going to slick up a bit, aren't we?
You go ahead, Hoppy. I already... why, yeah, sure. Mr. Stillwell.
Take a handful of popcorn with you.
Now, if you insist, that's a good idea. Let's go, Hoppy, huh?
After all the popcorn you ate this afternoon, how can you eat more?
'Cause I like it. Say, ain't this slick? Everybody getting out of the house at once. Now we can put our gifts under the tree and surprise them.
This party may be a surprise in lots of ways. We're setting a trap in the Stillwell house.
What? A trap?
Yeah, we'll sneak back into the house as soon as we can. If I'm right, we'll catch those rustlers red-handed tonight.
Well, I'm ready for 'em. But gosh, it's dark in the parlor here.
Keep that lamp ready to light when I say to.
Sure. Say, Hoppy, can I even sing one little song at the party?
No. Quiet. Someone's coming in.
Someone else is coming in the other way.
Wait, California, there's more. Now, California, we caught our rustlers.
Now, back to Hopalong Cassidy.
Great green-eyed gringos. Hoppy, it's a forest.
3 rustlings, 3 trees, plus the one Billy brought.
Jake Hammer's going to work out the price of this one. I didn't rustle no... Oh, my gosh, in the morning. You mean it?
That's right, Billy. Your folks and your sister are the Santa Claus Rustlers. Each one took from his own share of the herd.
Well, I'd have told about it after the surprise.
Sure, so would your partners, Betty.
Well, I didn't want Ma and you to suffer the penalty of the low cattle market, Betty.
You all thought alike, Mr. Stillwell. The fact that each rustling was the same size gave me a hunch. And Jake Hammer confirmed it when he told me how each of you bought a tree. Then I checked the stores. For people with no money, you spent plenty.
But, Hoppy, what about that Johnny No-Name?
His shooting was only to warn us back. He was afraid we'd discover what he knew. That Betty took that Gopher Basin herd.
But those things he bought in town.
They look like gifts to me. But let's ask him.
I heard. Thanks for backing me, Mr. Cassidy.
Come in, Johnny. But better leave the tree. It's kind of crowded. I knew you had a change of heart when I saw those boots you bought. They were way too small for you.
They're for me. I'll bet they're for me. Ain't they, Johnny?
Yeah, kid, they're for you. But before I give any presents, y'all should know I'm Johnny Bent, son of an outlaw.
Was it outlaw money you spent on those presents?
Oh, no, sir. It was honest, every penny of it.
Well, then get Billy his boots before he busts the valve. And if you got any more money, maybe we'll talk about letting you into our partnership. This ranch is kind of short on cows right now.
Gosh, Hoppy, this is going to be some swell Christmas party. I sure wish you'd let me sing for everybody.
California, I warned you.
Why, that sounds wonderful. Go ahead, Mr. Carlson.
Go ahead, California.
Come on now.
You see, Hoppy, they want me.
Oh, all right. Hand me the popcorn bowl and go ahead.
Here we go. Me.
California, what's the matter?
That popcorn. My voice is ruined.
There's only one thing left to say. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
everybody.
Everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Well, that sure was an extra special Christmas story about real nice people with a lot of real Christmas spirit. And just as Hoppy said, there's only one thing left to say. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Don't miss the next thrilling adventure with Hopalong Cassidy. Hopalong Cassidy, starring William Boyd, is transcribed and produced in the West by Walter White, Jr. The Santa Claus Rustlers was written by Herb Purdom, with original music under the personal direction of Albert Glasser. All stories are based upon the characters created by Clarence E. Mulford. This is a Commodore production.
And that goes back 74 years to December 7th, 1950. Hopalong Cassidy, right here on our annual Christmas program brought to you by Mount Wheeler Power. We'll have a quick look at CBS News because the news does go on even though it's Christmas Eve. And we'll update you on that. And then we'll have more great Christmas shows coming up right here on KELY, 1230 AM, 98.5 FM.